Right. Sometimes a simple phone call can change your life, and it could be a good call or a bad one, or sometimes it could be both.
Yeah, I recently met with one woman who says her call could now be a wake-up call for you.
Hello.
That call for Bonnie Arnold was her sister. She was calling to tell Bonnie she had breast cancer and also carried something called the BRCA2 gene. That gene is one of two that greatly increases a woman's chance of developing breast and or ovarian cancer. In men, it increases their risk of breast and prostate cancer. Both sexes have an increase of pancreatic cancer.
Testing for cancer mutations or cancer genes is actually not that new of a concept.
Dr. Julie Morgan-Taylor with Siteman Cancer Center in St. Louis says there are a lot of types of testing on genes. The technology has been around for about 10 years. However, when high-profile people like Angelina Jolie go public with it, it raises awareness. Treating the BRCA1 or 2 gene starts with a discussion with your doctor.
It's just a simple blood test.
It took a couple of weeks to get the results. Bonnie also carried the BRCA2 gene, something she and her siblings inherited from their parents. One option of getting rid of that gene is a mastectomy and removing your ovaries. For Bonnie, the decision to have that surgery was a relatively easy one. However, the process into making that decision was kind of lengthy. She had to have discussions with her doctor, a geneticist, and of course, talk with her family.
I felt lucky because I had the choice. You know, I know that I have a 40 to 50% higher chance of getting breast cancer, and because I have this BRCA2 gene, so I decided, well, I'm not going to even, why should I wait?
So, last October, Bonnie had the surgery that will likely prevent her from developing breast or ovarian cancer. Dr. Morgan-Taylor says it doesn't cut her risk to zero. The risk of developing those cancers now runs less than 5%. And surgery is not the only option for those with the BRCA2 gene. The baseline is if you think you may have the BRCA2 gene, you should talk to your primary care doctor and go from there.
If you have a lot of cancers in your family, or particularly young ages or odd cancers, cancers that are not very common, that's when you really have to start thinking, should I be considering genetic counseling?
One of the other options for these types of patients is to stay on top of things.
She also said to me that I could get mammograms every 6 months, like for the rest of my life. And I thought, well, I could do that and worry every 6 months. Am I going to have cancer or not?
Arnold's brother also has the BRCA2 mutation, and he gets frequent mammograms. Bonnie says her choice was the surgery, and she's glad she made that call. Chad Douglas, KHQA News, St. Louis. Now, as you can imagine, tests like this can be very expensive. Dr. Morgan-Taylor says insurance has come a long way, excuse me, in the last several years. So check with your insurance provider to see if the tests are covered. I have heard from other patients, though, that said that they were thinking about this, and getting life insurance or disability insurance was very tough to come by.
Once they found out that they had the gene?
Right. So there you go. Just start a conversation with your doctor is the important
I think
part
that's
there.
absolutely a great idea.